All right. So, yeah, astrology today. Whoa, how are you guys feeling? I knew that today was going to be a little bit intense. But there's sort of some secret there's some secret shadow work nuggets of truth within what's happening right now, and that's really why I wanted to come on here, is to explain what the intensity is that we're feeling right now, and also explain the significance, because it's really, really significant what happened over the last couple of days. So the aspect that I want to talk to you about today is this right here, which is Mercury, which actually just in the last couple of hours cleared the square from Pluto, at least the exact square. Earlier today, Mercury was at 1 degree Scorpio, which made that an exact square. But this is echoing from what we had in late September when Mars passed through the early degrees of Scorpio and made that square to Pluto. Now Mercury is doing it. This is hilarious, you guys. I have to shut my window. This happened last time. I need to remember to shut it. There's ducks on this property, and they go crazy whenever I go live. I'm not really sure why. They must like astrology or something. It's really funny. They'll be like quiet all day, and then as soon as I go live, they're like having a fight right outside the window. Okay, so yeah, in late September, so that would have been September 21st to September 25th. Mars went into Scorpio and made the square to Pluto. That's when the Charlie Kirk assassination happened and things got really intense. Well, now Mercury is going through the same path. And although Mercury is not as intense as Mars, thank God, at least not outwardly, Mercury is, I want to say, almost as intense, but it's more internal for the most part. Mercury rules our mind, communication, the things that we're thinking about, the way that our mind processes information. When Mercury goes into Scorpio, it plunges our mind into a deeper place where it feels deeper feelings more honestly. So these are feelings that we might normally suppress in our subconscious. These are kind of where like our deeper traumas live, right? Because traumas are usually something that is a little bit more subconscious. And when we're looking at Scorpio as an evolutionary astrologer, and what I teach being evolutionary astrology, the core root lesson and core root wound of Scorpio has to do with abandonment and or betrayal. Now, very important to note that this could be literal abandonment wounds or perceived abandonment wounds. And I think that that's a really important distinction to always make when we're talking about Scorpio wounding. Because when I say abandonment and betrayal, that brings to mind a really direct, literal abandonment. And sometimes it can be. But just as often, it's an event that occurred usually earlier in childhood where we felt abandoned or betrayed. So I'll make up an example to illustrate what I'm talking about. There could have been a child that was an only child for the first 3 years of life. Then maybe mom had a second child, and mom's attention, maybe that child was sick for the first year of its life, and the mom's full attention had to be on that other sibling for the first year. That could have felt like abandonment and betrayal to that child while mom was just doing what she needed to do. So that's kind of what I mean, is that it doesn't always need to be this like outright somebody stabbed you in the back. It can also just be a deeper trauma around feeling abandoned, feeling unprioritized, feeling like somebody you put your faith in didn't come through. And then of course it can be quite literal. And so anyways, Scorpio is sort of the storehouse for all of that energy, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. And a square, which is a 90-degree angle, which is the formation that Mercury and Pluto are in as we speak and have been in over the last couple days, this is bringing up a lot to the surface. Now, I said before that there was a sort of like secret weapon to this, or more positively, sort of a deeper dimension to all of this that can give us a lot of insight into healing right now. And that is when we consider that Mercury is the current ruler of the South Node. That's really what I came on here to talk to you about tonight, because I couldn't let this go by without pointing this out to you, because this has the potential to be extremely helpful to anyone who is using astrology for what it's for, which is for reflection and objectively looking at the soul and trying to understand patterns and do healing. So the fact that Mercury is the current ruler of the South Node. So let's review for people that are maybe new or need the refresher what the South Node is. The South Node is an area of the chart that represents past karma that the soul is repeating and experiencing again in order to clear. The soul learns through direct experience. So we can't just like decide to clear something. We sort of have to go through it to clear it, right? So that's what the South Node is. It's karma that causes a repeat experience based on like magnetizing certain experiences to ourselves that reflect this ongoing karma that has stored up from previous lifetimes and our past in this lifetime. So childhood, early experiences, all of that kind of nests here in the South Node. And I remember when I was learning astrology, I always remembered this because I look at the South Node and it looks like a little bowl, or it looks like a basket or a nest or something. And I would just remember that's full of karma from the past. So when we're looking at Virgo, we've been talking about this a lot since January. Virgo is about karma related to control, worry, and anxiety, which is the antithesis of trust and faith, which would be at the North Node in Pisces. And I remember when I was learning astrology, the way that I would remember the North Node is that it looks like a little handle that you could reach and grab for. So the South Node always reminded me of a basket full of karma. The North Node reminded me of a handle that I was reaching for, just like the soul reaches for the North Node. It's reaching for this new skill, which is the North Node. So in this case, we are all right now, you guys, learning to trust on a whole new level. We're all learning to have faith on a whole new level, but that is not something that comes easy, because the North Node represents something that needs to be learned through direct experience, and it's a challenge. So why Mercury being the South Node ruler matters right now is that Mercury, while the nodes are in South Node Virgo, North Node Pisces, what Mercury is doing is very important, because Mercury is the South Node ruler. So every time Mercury changes a sign, we're sort of going through like another layer of that South Node lesson about control, worry, and anxiety. Does that make sense? And this is pretty significant because the South Node ruler is not always a really fast planet like Mercury. When the South Node is in Sagittarius, for example, the ruler is going to be Jupiter, and Jupiter only changes a sign once a year. So it's significant that our current South Node ruler is so fast moving, because that means as it changes signs, thus the texture, the flavor, the essence of our South Node work is changing, right? So to have Mercury, the South Node ruler, go into Scorpio, well, Scorpio is the sign that is associated with and responsible for clearing some of the deepest, darkest, most intense karma that we know of, right? So we've taken a turn with our South Node lessons, which were already intense. Now we're going into like the deep, deep shadow work part. That's basically what this means. And it really starts with a bang, because it started with a square off to Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio. So it just makes it extra, extra intense, if that makes sense. So On a spiritual level, what does this mean? I feel, and this is what I really wanted to kind of present to you guys who are here in the live and anybody watching later. This is likely showing you right here, right now, today, yesterday, the day before, and even like a little bit of the day before, the week leading up to now. It would be showing you a magnification of the part of your mind that represents control, worry, and anxiety, obsession, or something that you haven't let go of. So think about what's been going on in your mind for about the last week. And especially if you can meditate on at the core root of what's coming up right now. Does any of it have to do with abandonment or betrayal? Does any of it have to do with not feeling like the special one in someone's life? Does any of it have to do with lack of trust, basically? Because that would be your South Node homework that's coming up for you right now. And it's not coming up for no reason. Again, this would represent a long-standing karmic pattern that represents a past life pattern that you're facing right now, hopefully in order to make this beautiful leap to the North Node. The point is not to just stew in it and loop in it, right? The point is to loop in it probably a little bit so that you get the experience you need to have and you get the lesson, but then to surrender to the North Node right now. Which brings me to talk a little bit more about the North Node as I've been feeling it recently. I said this a little bit in my last live, but it's accelerated even since I talked about it. In fact, do I want to bring that up right now? Yeah, why not? Where is my internet? There we go. Let's see. theskylive.com. I wanted to show you guys the freaking comet again, because it's moved a lot since the last time we talked. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, do I have to? My bad. Okay. The Sky Live 3i Atlas. Let's see. This will probably be it. Oh, this isn't what I want. Oh, what did that just say? Did it just say that it wasn't available? I think that just said that it wasn't available. The 3D visualization of the solar system requires features that unfortunately are not supported by your device. What? I just did it yesterday. Okay, whatever. Maybe we don't need to look at the comment. That's annoying. It's so fun to look at it, though. It's just so trippy. Oh, whoa, what's this? This is a different map. Well, anyway, maybe I'll try to figure that out later. Let's just stick to the point for now. What I was saying about the North Node in Pisces right now, as it relates to the South Node being stimulated through Mercury square Pluto, is I've been feeling so much in the last couple of weeks what I think is the combination of Saturn and Neptune, which, granted, they have been traveling together for a while. That's nothing new, but that alignment, since Saturn went back into Pisces recently, where it's going to go direct in November, I have just felt like reality has gotten so strange. Like, AI has just totally accelerated. I was talking to my friend Solomon on the phone, and we were cracking up because I don't remember who said it. I think it was me. I don't know. But I was like, it literally feels like an AI overlord like grabbed the steering wheel and is now steering the ship. Like, it feels like there's been a shift in like what is even in control over the last couple of weeks. And I don't exactly know what that is. I don't mean to sound paranoid or anything. Like, I'm not. But like, it's just many of my friends are feeling that, and we're just like, what the hell is going on? And it might be the comet, because like what I was trying to show you guys is that the comet, we talked about it in a live, if you guys were there a couple weeks ago on here. The comet passed by Mars over the last week, and that was the first big moment we were waiting for to see what that energy was going to feel like. For those that don't know, 3i Atlas is this freaking comet from deep space that is passing dangerously close, but not dangerously close. Like it's miraculous. It's like really skating by us, and it's not going to hit us, but it's like freaking pretty close, you know? And it's going to go by Mars, and then it's going to kind of get near Earth, sort of, and then it's going to go out. It's going to pass by Jupiter pretty damn close, and then it's going to leave us. But this thing is huge. It's like half the size of the sun. There's like all these things about it that are kind of weird that I don't really remember, but they're just like, we don't know what the nucleus of it is, and like it's just got this like huge aura of like gas and dust and like all this like freaking interstellar energy that just came through. So it could just be that, and maybe when it leaves, the feeling that I'm talking about is gonna kind of chill out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. Or it's the Saturn Neptune. I'm not really exactly sure. I think that Neptune is definitely part of it, in the sense that Neptune is just weird. Neptune is surreal. You don't really know what the truth is with Neptune, right? I'm looking at the chat real quick. Dude, I've been grumpy today too. I woke up ready to fight somebody. Legit, I had some crazy, really vivid dreams about some really intense emotional subject matter, and woke up just like ready to fight somebody, and like didn't, but like was feeling that vibe. So your thoughts today could have been darker, more obsessive, or even maybe the last couple days, because Mercury actually released as it like passed by Pluto. They're still squaring right now, but at least he's like past that exact square. And I just think that the process of surrender right now is accelerating, in the sense that Mercury and Scorpio being squared by Pluto is magnifying some shadow aspects of the mind, which in turn is increasing the need to just tip over and swan dive and surrender into the North Node in Pisces. And there's just no freaking guarantees right now. And that's what the true art of surrender is. It's not surrender if you have guarantee. And there's no choice but to go with the flow of whatever is being ordained for you by forces greater than you right now. So it's really such an interesting Jedi school moment, because it's like the more you try to hang on, the further it gets away from you right now. So it's like the more you stress and try to know the answer and try to hang on to whatever it is, the more suffering you're sort of bringing on yourself right now. And it's like the more you can just trust and release, everything is actually fine if you can accept what's happening right now. That's like the big lesson, I think, right now. And it's really challenging. It's like very next level, I feel, all of this that's happening right now. I've never experienced anything like it, and I've been like working on myself for a really long time, actively putting my energy towards self-improvement, and this has been like, whoa, this is really trippy and not easy. Are people being somebody, my dreams have been fucked up. Yeah, my dreams have been weird, but I'm also doing a heavy metal detox. My healing with my autoimmune stuff has been going so well. I'm making so much progress, and a lot of it is because of this heavy metal detox I'm doing, but it makes your dreams really, really vivid. And I know that's what it is because I kind of have to titrate up with the detox. So, like, I'll do a couple days on and a couple days off and a couple days on and a couple days off because it's too intense to do straight through. And the days off, I don't have the dreams. The days on, I do. So I know that it's connected, and it's almost like fever dreams, you know, like when you're sick and you have those fucking weird, really vivid dreams. It's very similar to that. Oh, before I forget, real quick, you guys, tomorrow night, who's coming to the class? Let me show you. Damn it, I had it all ready to go. Is it over here? Yes, it is. Here it is. Can you see that? Yes, you can. It's just lagged. Great. So tomorrow night, you guys, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. I'm teaching this course. It's going to be freaking great. It's called Stages of Evolution. It's about how the age of the soul changes how we experience reality. Anybody is welcome. You don't have to know astrology. You don't even really have to like astrology to be interested in this course, to be honest. We are going to cover a little bit how the age of the soul affects chart analysis and how the chart functions for sure, but that's going to be at the end. Most of it is about this right here, how the age of the soul changes how we experience reality. This course is crazy freaking cool. It will change the way you see reality forever. I wish I'd taught it a long time ago. It never occurred to me to teach it. It's based off of the teachings of Jeffrey Wolf Green. He's a freaking badass. I don't know how I would even exist without knowing this. And it's just become such second nature for me to look at life this way that I kind of just didn't even think to teach it. And then it dawned on me recently that I should. So I'm teaching this tomorrow night. You can go for free as a member. So it could be a really cool time to try out the membership if you've been wanting to get my forecasts and free courses and stuff. Or you can come buy a ticket and go as a drop-in, and it's at events on my website, coyotestarastrology.com, right there. Anyways, yeah, that's tomorrow night, so I wanted to really quick tell you about that. What more can I say about Mercury square Pluto? Or I can do some questions about it. That was pretty much all I wanted to talk about tonight. This isn't going to be long. Oh, cool, Deb Johnny. Awesome. What up, James? Yeah, Mystic Bloom coming. Thank you, Nayuri. Dude, I had, maybe I'll share about this. I didn't freaking intend to. Do I have it? Where is it? No, maybe I won't. I don't know. I guess what I will say here is that I've been working with specialists trying to heal from this autoimmune for like, I don't know, 2-3 years. And it's really funny because I told you guys I was doing this gut reset protocol, and I was, and it was amazing, and I highly freaking recommend it still. And it was through Whole Body Healing with Jen. She's on Instagram. You can find her. Her program with the gut reset and all the things she teaches you, she tells you multiple times, and for whatever reason, I was stubborn and I didn't listen, that the nervous system reset is just as important as all of the dietary stuff. And I was just kind of like, yeah, like whatever. I was so certain that mine was because of gut stuff, and it was. It's all like part of the puzzle. And I found out that I had crazy amounts of heavy metals and whatever. So I know that that's been part of it. But I didn't do the nervous system reset exercises that she recommended, which are not like specific to her. These are exercises that a lot of people know about in the limbic system sort of healing realms, somatic therapies and stuff like that. They're very simple exercises. They're things like vagal toning by humming, grounding by spotting 5 things in the room you can locate with your eyes, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can touch, whatever. That they're these little exercises, right? I didn't do them. I stubbornly was like, no, that's not going to heal me. That's not going to heal me. Well, out of desperation, about a week and a half ago, right when Venus hit the South Node in Virgo, of course, I was kind of like, fuck it, dude. Like, it's the only thing I haven't tried. Like, I will commit myself to doing these freaking exercises every single time I have a symptom arise in my body. And I'm literally getting better. Like, I'm literally like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm not even, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's all relative. Like, I am putting effort into it, but compared to the effort that all the other stuff was taking, this is like the easiest. And I don't want to get, like, I'm not better, but I'm seeing the needle move in my symptoms so much faster. Like, I'm literally like, what? I've been really confused, to be honest. I'm like, it can't be this easy. There must be some mistake. Like, I'm like, what is happening? And it's not just me that this is happening to. I heard about it through a friend who has mast cell, which I have, and she was like, dude, get on it. I'm getting better. And like, I don't know if it's a placebo. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I don't think so. I think that I'm rewiring my nervous system, and I think so many people's nervous system out there in the world right now is just fucking fried because we are all on the craziest ride ever right now. This is like unprecedented what we're all going through. This is so weird. Like, what we're experiencing right now is so weird, you know? No one fucking planned, like, we didn't think this was gonna happen. Like, basically since fucking COVID, it's all been a shit fucking weird as hell. You know what I mean? And like, we're all like online all the time. Like, what is going on? You know? And like, life is great, don't get me wrong, but it is just like a lot, I think, for the nervous system to adjust to, because it's like we're living in a completely different reality than we were raised in. So I just wanted to share, because if you are dealing with like anxiety or any kind of autoimmune or whatever, email me and I'll point you in the direction of those exercises. And yeah. Dude, for real. Thank you. The humming, and I was ready to freaking tell ChatGPT to go fuck itself so many times because it kept telling me to hum. Like, and I was just like, I was joking with my friend. I was like, if ChatGPT tells me to hum one more time, I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna save myself by humming. Turns out it's super soothing. Like, I'm humming all day long, and I'm literally like, it was true. Like, it was true. And it's cumulative. So it doesn't really, it's not like you just hum one time and then you're like, oh, I feel so much better. It's not like that. It's like you have to do it consistently, and then your body starts to like train with it. And now, the minute I start humming, I literally feel immediately every muscle in my body like just relax. It's almost like, sometimes I feel like I hover outside of my body. Does anybody else feel like that? Like, I don't know if it's like a disassociation thing or if I'm just a little too jacked up and I don't have any earth in my chart or what it is, but like, I feel like I'm always kind of like half out of my body. And when I hum or I do these exercises, I literally feel like it's like, oh, right. Okay. Like, right. I'm here. I'm chilling. Like, I don't know. It's my sleep has been better. Everything's been better. And I've been doing it like a week and a fucking half. So, it's important. And like, dude, I'm so fucking tired of talking about my health and thinking about it. Like, a lot of my family's like fucking over me. Like, I don't know. They think I'm like a hypochondriac or something. And that's fine. Whatever. But like, I am also tired of it. Like I'm ready to talk about other things. You know, like but I do know that once I do fully heal from this, I do need to talk about it because so many people are sick, and like I'm going to heal this. I know that I will, and like you ask ChatGPT or Google if you can heal from MCAS, and they will tell you that it's unlikely. So, you know, I have to do it because that's a load of bullshit. So, yeah, you go to Reddit and ask them about this autoimmune. It's a dumpster fire. Like they'll just tell you it's impossible. No one can get better. Everybody's sick. No one can eat anything anymore. For those that don't know, MCAS is where you basically your histamine cells in your body are interpreting a threat where that doesn't exist, so you just become allergic to pretty much everything overnight. It's great. And some people are like going into anaphylactic shock and shit. Like I have to carry an EpiPen. Like it's fucking crazy. You just become allergic to life. And what I'm realizing through the limbic system resetting is that it's basically just that you were held in a suspended state of like terror and anxiety for way too long. And then your body is just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess this just isn't a safe place for me. And it just like shuts off. It's crazy. So then you have to like learn how to reset it. So the exercises, I'll just say this and then we'll move on. Let me see if I can find the name. I screenshotted it for a friend. Okay, right here. This is what you can just plug these into ChatGPT and get the exercises. These are the names of them. Attention, focusing, emotional distancing, attention, distraction, and cognitive reframing. These are like the technical terms for these exercises. And if you just plug those into ChatGPT or maybe even Google, I don't know, then just ask it to give you like exercises to figure this out. It will. And that's basically what I did. And then I mixed it with humming and like quantum creating exercises where I just imagine myself well for like 15 minutes in meditation a day. That's what I'm doing. And it's fucking working. Like literally. Anyways, back to astrology. I'm humming now watching this. Yes. So calming. Changing my life. Anybody have any questions about any of what we discussed this evening before I hop off? Yay, sounds like we got lots of people coming to class tomorrow. Fun. Vera is asking how to deal with having personal planets, including your chart leader, I'm guessing you mean ruler, in the same house and or sign as your south node. So, good question. Think of those planets as if they're at detriment. So, meaning they're going to express their lower nature until you bring them through conscious work to a higher expression. Think of them like little problem children. No, I'm just kidding. That's kind of how I think about mine. Like, and they're very karmic planets for you. It's nice to have that only because it gives you a lot more information about your south node. Like, most of us just have a south node, you know, but if you've got other planets with it, it tells you more information. So if we did a reading, I could be like, oh, she's got Venus at her south node. That pulls in like a relationship aspect of things. Yeah, the planets at the south node tell a lot of the story. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like you're like lucky because you get more information than most people about your past life, but it's also a blessing and a curse, because you have all the karma associated with those planets to reckon with as well. And those planets, you really have to do a lot of work on them in your life. Thank you, Nayuri. And thank you, Uakazen. What else? What else? Oh. So the next live I do, guys, on here, it will be not that long from now, like a week and a half, is going to be about the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio and Sagittarius that we have happening in November. Whoa. That is going to be a whirlwind. Also pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty cool retrograde. I actually like the next two retrogrades we have. We have a Mercury retrograde in Sag and Scorpio in November. And then we have in February and March, we have a Mercury retrograde in Pisces at the North Node. That is going to be a fucking big one, you guys. And I'll do videos here for both of them. Thanks, Buck. Nice to see you in here. Last minute question before I hop off. Anybody have anything? Thanks for joining me for a sec, guys. Oh, cool. It's the name of your cafe. That's awesome. Oh, what about Pluto South Node people? Pluto South Node is a bitch. I sort of have it. Kind of, sort of. Pluto South Node makes getting into your North Node hard, because Pluto is such a magnetic force. He's constantly creating change and intensity wherever he lives. So to have Pluto at the South Node, it's stirring up a lot of that karma associated with the South Node throughout the lifetime. And it's kind of like, I think of it, and I think Jeffrey Wolf Green more or less says this in his teachings, that it's like you have a lot of past life karma to sort of get through this lifetime. And you're more likely to be full throttle engaged in your North Node later in life, a little later in life than other people. Like, yeah, that's sort of how I think of it. I don't have Pluto at the South Node, but I have freaking, show you my freaking chart. Search. I have South Node Libra, ruler is Venus, and she's in Scorpio conjunct Pluto. So even though Pluto isn't at my South Node per se, it is sort of like by association, if that makes sense, because my South Node ruler is very close to the South Node and she's got Pluto. So like, dude, it is just like one intense karmic relationship situation after another. I swear to fucking Christ. It's just like, Jesus. It's every relationship, friendship or otherwise, is just this crazy past life, like, exchange of energy. I'm finally getting it at this point in my life. Like, I'm like learning the ropes, but only because of the astrology. If it wasn't for astrology, I would be so fucked, you guys. I don't even know. I think we probably all feel that way, but it has just been so helpful to have a map for the bullshit that I fucking have chosen this lifetime to work through. I think if there's anything else. Oh shit. I just like put my screen off, sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, I can do it. I have my tripod right now. This is gonna be so much better than looking at it the way that I looked at it before. Still figuring out this freaking. There we go. How nice is that? Now I can just look at it. I'm like buzzing right now. I did not have caffeine today. I don't do caffeine anymore, but I feel like I have. And I'm like, great. I'm probably not going to sleep very well tonight. Anybody feel like doing a speed reading? That sounds kind of fun. That's something I could do with this energy right now. First person to put out their birth date and time, I'll do a speed reading for very fast. If I've done this for you on the membership recently, let somebody else go. Yeah, totally, Buck. Totally full moon energy. That's right. That's why I feel this way 100%. What is the moon doing right now? Oh my God, the moon has been conjunct Chiron all day today. That's right. I freaking forgot. So, honestly, guys, it's going to feel a little bit intense tomorrow too, because the moon's going to go into Taurus. If you're on the membership, you know this. On the membership, I give you all the days of what the moon is doing. Okay, I'm going to go with KF because they were first. Okay. 8:28. 8:28 what? 40 a.m. New York. New York. 1989. 8:28, 28, 1989. 4:40 a.m. Is that correct? Calculate. Interesting. Oh, damn. You've had Uranus square your nodes for the last couple of years. So, what I see, what jumps out at me the most, having like um kind of just looked at your chart for a couple of seconds, is that this life, um, in order to share your gift, your mission, your passion, your soul's passion and purpose for being here, in order to share it publicly, there's gotta be a huge dismantling of the personality that you sort of were up until like probably 28 or 29. Like that person is not the true representation, most likely, of who you really are. You have something super different to share with humanity, like inventive, unorthodox, untraditional. You're here to like be of service, but the way that you associated before, which is ruled by your sun in Virgo in the first house, that's really interesting. Um, Also letting go of any like people pleasing energy, and I get that because your sun is in Virgo and the ruler is Mercury in Libra. Um, I want to say like you're kind of like how people knew you until 30 is like I don't know, it would change. It would change dramatically, it appears. Um Also you would have like more relationships after 30. Like and there might be something kind of unconventional about them potentially. But you've had Uranus squaring your nodes for the last couple of years, so there's probably been a lot of change in the last couple of years that's trying to bring you into your purpose right now. Um, I don't know what you do for a career or whatever, but um, super interesting combination, South Node. Librarian. Oh my God. That's interesting. That's interesting because I was like, there's an identity that's like South, like connected to Sun and Virgo in the first house. Um, you need to get more comfortable. So North Node's seventh house is learning to like being around people more and to like be in more relationships and also be social. But it's interesting when somebody has a North Node in the seventh house because there's usually complications in relationships with other people for some reason, but it runs in tandem with them needing to learn certain things to help their true gift come out into the world. And there's always a reason why there's like some delay around that. Sometimes they just simply don't like people. I've seen that. And I'm joking, but there is like always like something really intense that's gone down with their South Node in the first house that made them more of a lone wolf or made them hyper independent. And they're sort of learning to like share themselves with the world, like come out of their shell and like oh good for you. Oh my God, I'm coming up on 3 years sober. So freaking stoked. Best change ever. Good for you. What are these little crowns that are showing up in the chat? What are those? Um So I want to say, so let's check out. So Uranus is going to go to 27 and go direct. So you're almost done with Uranus square the nodes. There's going to be another change this January that's going to help push you a little bit more. Um, I don't know if this resonates with you at all. I don't know, but the for some reason the first thing that I got when I looked at your chart, and you have a very interesting chart in the sense that I don't think I have ever in all the years I've done reading seen a South Node in Leo in the first house with the ruler Sun in Virgo in the first house. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's a really interesting combination. And for some reason, what I thought of when I saw that is is if there was anything around, and this could be off, I would really need to look at the chart more. But for some reason, what came to me is if there was anything about your identity that was like kind of like pure or like seen as pure, virginous, seen as that like that is not like your real identity, and you would be going to something a lot more like rebellious and like unorthodox as your true nature this lifetime. I don't know if that resonates at all, but like I could see that with that placement. Interesting. I pulled the Hierophant for you. Hierophant is the spiritual teacher. Um, who's like got a lot of wisdom. Okay. Um, but also again, like the people pleasing. I'm just trying to like think of like what sun in the first house in Virgo would express like, and like that feels like it's like I don't know. It's pure. Usually it's very pure. Sun in Virgo is like it's really pure. Um, but you're going over here to fucking crazy pants Uranus. No, I'm just kidding. Aquarius in the seventh house. You know, it's like, no, that's not that. That's something here to like radically shift humanity in some way. Um, fun. Cool. Thank you. That was fun. Give, let's see. Let's do one more. I'm gonna do Erica because she put her full thing in here. 12, 3, 1990. 1203. Syracuse, New York. Is that right? 12/3, 1990, 12:03 a.m., Syracuse, New York. Oh, I'm surprised that it, yeah, I guess that's right. Mm. So, is Erica in here still? All right, KF. Awesome. Looking forward to that. Oh, Erica, we got Jupiter coming up on your Chiron, girl. This is a good time. Let me think. Just let me know you're in here so I'm not reading somebody that's not here. Interesting. Erica, you here, girl? I'm gonna go on to someone else if you're not here. She's here. Okay, great. Um, you're born in 1990, so you had your Saturn return. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. You've had Pluto lingering on your North Node for a very long time, like the last 3 years or so. And before that, it was on your North Node ruler. So you have been really on a ride since 2020. Just like so much of ancestral stuff coming up for you. And so with South Node Cancer, we're always talking about deep ancestral stuff. And it's usually from the matrilineal line, it's usually about the mother wound. But what's interesting to me is that your moon, which is the ruler of your South Node, it's in the house of the father. So you can see this sometimes in the charts of somebody whose mother was playing both the father and the mother role, or father who was playing the mother role. It's always interesting how that plays out. Um, and but regardless, it's South Node Cancer is about healing deep security wounds related to ancestry, um, and a tendency to either over caretake other people slash get into dynamics with other people where they want other people to caretake them. It's kind of like a codependent kind of dance that ends up kind of keeping them from actualizing themselves in their career space. And often, but not always, but often enough to where I feel to mention it, people with South Node Cancer have a little bit of a delay around getting fully locked in their career. And that's because they spend a lot of time clearing a lot of emotional stuff. Now wait a second though. I'm actually catching myself because your South Node ruler is in the house of career. Very interesting. So I'm wondering if there would actually just more be a big career change where initially there would have been a career you were interested in doing because of family or ancestral reasons, and then later but you're not supposed to do that one. You're supposed to do this one over here. But in order to do that, you need to learn fifth house Leo, which is you need to learn to drop all your insecurities and learn how to be seen. You need to learn how to share your creative gifts with the world, but you also need to, yeah, like work through a lot of these insecurities that are from attachment or like emotional detachment issues. It looks like from like early childhood with a family member. um your career depends on you having the confidence to express who you are. It fucking depends on it, like depends on it so deeply. um And the last couple of years would have been a big ride of all the things I just talked about trying to get you there with Pluto transiting the North Node 100%. No doubt about it. Whoa, the Hierophant again. You heard me. I just shuffled those 3 times. That is crazy. Wow. What? That is super interesting. What do you want to do for a career, Erica? That is trippy. That's been happening lately with cards. Like, I've been shuffling them really well. I always shuffle 3 times. And I'm a good shuffler. And then it'll come out again. Wow. Oh, and whatever, dude, whatever was going on when Saturn was square your moon last year, last year would have been a tough year in the spring. I mean, all year would have been something about a career that you um and stuff with family, a family member last year. That would have been a very karmic situation, whatever the hell that was about. Um, if it was about a career, that's probably not the career you're meant to be in, and your soul was probably having some shit come up about that for sure. Astrology, that's why the Hierophant came up. That's why I fucking asked that question. That's the Hierophant. So I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if she wants to be like a spiritual advisor of some kind. Fuck yeah, girl. Oh, massage therapist. You know what the consistency is I see with massage therapists, and that's perfect for a South Node Cancer conjunct Chiron because that's a super nurturing role, is that it gets depleting for people after a while. I find. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I just see that as a very consistent thing, and it's a beautiful thing to do, and it's amazing, and we so need those body workers and healers in this world. But I just find eventually it's like it's almost like you must transition to something else at some point. Yeah, literal spiritual psychosis last year. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you had Saturn square your moon last year. It would have been really hard. Can you pull a card for all of us? Let's do it for fun. Let's just see. I think that was for Erica. And I'm curious what KF wants to do because maybe she wants to do something. No, we got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, which is like I love this card. It's actually like really like nice celebratory, like at home energy. It's like familiar homecoming vibes. That makes sense for us because we're all like a nice little family, right? All right. Well, this is fun. I'll do another one because I'm having a good time. Let's see. Erica. Okay, I'm gonna go with um this one. Elemental health. I'm gonna put you in as EH because I don't know your name. Elemental health is 423. Watch my work while I put this in. 1981. 11:04 a.m. Peoria, Illinois. Is that correct? Elemental health? Oh man, look at all that Taurus. Oh, gnarly. Gnarly Uranus opposition right now. Good time for us to do this. Oh my God, KF, that's totally freaking the Hierophant vibes too. Wait, where's that card? I think it's literally in a library. Oh my God, an esoteric library? KF, that's perfect. It's like your identity from before, but like more advanced into like, I don't know if you had like a religious background. That's really common with South Node Virgo vibes. I know you don't have South Node Virgo, but you might as well because you have a South Node ruler that's in Virgo. And Uranus is unorthodox. So you could start, oh my God, I want to come to your library. That sounds so freaking awesome. That's so perfect. Do it. Literally do it. Oh my God, with a tea house, Erica? Fuck yeah. What? Where is this going to be? Can we open it where I am? You know how badly I want to hang out in a place like that? It's so lame. Like, where do even people go these days? Like, I'm looking for that Hierophant card because I swear to God, they're in a fucking library. I'm telling you. And it's like the spiritual freaking perfect, Erica. Sounds good. And then I'm gonna get back to you, elemental health. Perfect. And now I can't freaking even find the card, of course. That's hilarious. Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry, it's not a library. It looks like a library. It's a church. It's a church. My bad. I don't know. I maybe it needs stained glass. Maybe this freaking esoteric library needs stained glass. I think that would be fucking awesome. Alrighty. Elemental health. Let's go. So right away, right away, what I see is that you have had Uranus crisscrossing at that final degree of Taurus, lighting up your Uranus. And why that's significant is that Uranus is your south node ruler. Oh shit, and Pluto's coming for your south node. Okay, so this is gonna make sense for like your whole life, but it's gonna be really up front and center for what you've been going through over the last year and what you're going to continue to karma clear for about the next 2 years. Don't let that freak you out. It's not going to be full throttle the whole time, especially if you take what I'm about to say and study your chart seriously. You have past life karma around giving your power away in relationships and over sacrificing in relationships of all kinds, losing your identity, losing your confidence and your core power to relationships. It appears that there would be karma around um sort of like fly by night, emotionally unavailable people that probably ghost or vanish really quick or like inconsistent, unreliable, and like yeah, like could even be like narcissistic type of energy that shows up in these people. Whatever they are, they're representative of something that happened earlier on in childhood that is not like having you value yourself enough to call in more through relationship. And there would be like an emotional unattachment or like uh you're not being prioritized in these relationships. Like you could be like either like a secret or like they're not committing or like it's just like fifth house Uranus is like almost like um Natalie, um you need to go to North Node Leo, which is like so loving yourself so much. Leo is all about like, I am so special. I don't need anyone else to tell me that I'm special. I'm the shit. Leo is like, I am the shit. This has a lot to do with like, it looks like maybe also loving yourself physically. And I say that because your North Node is at the ascendant. Uh, that links to your sun in Taurus in your 10th house. So you need this healed everything you've gone through in relationships that's hurt you is trying to teach you to love yourself so that you can actualize yourself in a career like full throttle and make honestly lots of money because Sun, Venus, that's really epic. Um, but this is a self-worth issue. This is a self-worth issue. 100%. You're tapped the fuck in though, because you've got Moon and Sag conjunct Neptune. That's epic because your Neptune is almost by the galactic center. I'm gonna pull you a card too. Whatever there's been like relationship stuff in the last year, elemental health, like it would show what I was just talking about. I wonder how this Mercury where Pluto is feeling for her. I don't know. Yeah, because it's on her. Oh, I see why you're asking. Yeah, totally. I wasn't paying attention while I just shuffled that. I gotta lock in with the person's energy, which is a little bit hard in a group chat, but I'm doing my best over here. All right, we're gonna get a card for you. There you are. Oh, interesting. When cards fall out, I know that most people think that that means that the card wants to be chosen. I don't find them to ever resonate. Oh, huh, perfect. You got, I love this card. You got the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is all about courage. It's very Leo-y. Like, look at how the crow, it's like, oh my God, it's his golden moment. He's shining bright in the sun, and all the other crows are like, oh my God, he's so awesome. Look at how amazing he is. Like, this is a card about like stepping out from the crowd and being seen. This is you. This is your freaking North Node in Leo in the first house. Like, stop over giving to other people. Stop letting them have the space and get up in there and freaking crush it in your career. That's what you got to do because your confidence was like kind of stolen from you at some point. I don't mean that dramatically, but like this is your fifth house. Like it's at detriment through the South Node. So you're reclaiming that this life. And like you want to feel like really fucking good about yourself and not let people treat you like shit. That comes through. That comes through your chart big time. Um, it is a perfect card, isn't it? I love that. Cool, cool. All right. Well, I would love to keep going, but you know what I gotta do? I gotta put the finishing touches on the course for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go run through all the slides and make sure that they're perfect for y'all. Hope to see you guys, some of you guys in the class. Again, for anybody that wasn't here earlier, I'm teaching a class tomorrow night. I don't know where the freaking slide went. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Tomorrow night, um, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want a recording, recordings are available. Members get in for free. It's a drop-in ticket for 30 bucks. This course is gonna fucking change your life. Um, thanks, Dustin. Um, what do you mean transit is showing May? You mean for for this one? Um, she's wait, hun, I just realized transit is showing May. What do you mean? This is October 8th. We're good. Doug. That's funny. Cool, Mystic Bloom. Yeah, people seem to like doing the chart breakdowns. Maybe I'll come on here and do that more. It's fun for me too. All right, guys. Have a good night.